Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
It's the king and the Mack, picking the players, reloaded and checking the stats. Straight from the D, straight from the tracks. Sports, we into all that. Talking teams like barbershop way back in the day, yeah. Updates every morning, yeah, we catching them plays. Die hard, been doing this so long, don't even try hard.
Yes, sir.
Sports City, you know we gotta talk about it. If you disagree, then we talk about it.
Let's talk.
See, career, trash, it's over for him.
He done.
And one more loss in the series, they gon' overperform. It's the king and the Mack,
King and the Mack.
picking the players, reloading and checking the stats. We checking the D, yeah, straight from the track.
Let's go.
Sports, we into that.
Yes, sir.
Talking teams like barbershops way back in the day. Updates every morning, yeah, we catching them plays.
Here we go. King and Mack show, live from Southfield, Michigan, man. Give it up to our intro, man. Who was that, Mack?
OG Salas.
OG Salas in the building, too. No, great intro. Get us going. You know what we're doing? We're talking sports, man. Talking sports as we come to you guys in Southfield, Michigan, as our backdrop, and we're looking at snow coming down in our areas. So it's that time of year. It's that time of season. It's football season. Mack, we got some things we want to touch on real quickly. Just doing some housekeeping.
Absolutely.
Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers, who was out last week with COVID-19, has been activated and ready to play this Sunday. So, you know, Aaron Rodgers is back. They gave him a little fine, I guess.
$300,000.
$300,000 to the team. I think his was $14,000 individually. So
Okay.
that's a little bit different. But you know, a lot of people had a lot of problems still with that, man, because he wasn't honest and upfront with his situation and what was going on with him as far as being vaccinated and that kind of thing. And we're going to get more of that going as the season progresses for sure. Again, so, you know, Aaron Rodgers is back. Green Bay is playing tonight. It's a Sunday night game they're playing. So definitely want to touch on that. We had some changes though. I mean, Mr. Cam Newton is back in Carolina.
Back home, yeah.
Cam had been on the sideline for 8 games, 9 weeks, and I was personally wondering was he going to get a chance to play in the NFL again? And lo and behold, the Carolina Panthers have signed him for this year with a guarantee of $4.5 million. I think with incentives it can go up to $10 million. So Cam is back in the fold, back in the NFL.
Yet another African-American quarterback. Good to see that. And that also means that they've given up on the Sam Darnold experiment.
Well, yeah, he's injured. I think he has a fractured shoulder, and that's going to put him out for a few weeks without a doubt. And they give Cam the chance to come and show what he can do, man. Not only for Carolina, but because it's a one-year deal, but he can show other teams that he's still a viable quarterback in this league.
Absolutely.
Another move was made. The Cleveland Browns traded OBJ to the LA Rams. I'm sorry. Let me say it right. They released OBJ,
That's right.
and the Rams picked him up. Well, as a free agent, he could sign with whoever he wanted to, and he ended up picking L.A. Rams as a team that he wanted to go to. I know that's something that you saw coming, and you predicted that.
It just adds to my genius in that I told this group, and it's on tape, thank God, that the Rams will win the NFC Championship, and OBJ, and like I told you in pre-show, to me is the equivalent of Antonio Brown going to the Buccaneers and adding to those arsenals. So it's going to be exciting to see. God help everybody in the NFC because the Rams are going to do their thing.
Well, no, I totally disagree with them going to the Super Bowl.
Big surprise.
Or all that. But I'm glad to see OBJ get a shot, another shot. A lot of people, and me included, see him as a negative energy person for football teams. He's not been happy anywhere he's been, and I think he's going to bring that same energy to the Rams. If he don't get the ball, he complains. If this, that, I don't think he is as good as he was a few years ago. I think his skill set is diminishing, honestly, and I'll be surprised to see what happens with him with the Rams. I can't give Matthew Stafford any credit of being a good football player. I just can't do it.
Well, the good thing about numbers is they are what they are. So he's having one of the better years in his career, and we just look forward to him continuing to do that. And, you know, time will tell. We've got a couple weeks left. They've got time to build some chemistry. They'll probably do some small package when OBJ finally gets into the main swing, and then they're just going to take it from there and run. But I can say they choked last week. So.
Oh, yeah, no, they got exposed. That's what I say. They got exposed by what happens when you put a pass rush on Matthew Stafford. He is not as accurate as some folks say he is.
Well, he had a rough one. We'll give him one.
And the Rams play the 49ers Monday Night Football this Monday. Check it out. You know, see what the Rams do on the road with the 49ers.
Absolutely. The good thing about that is they don't have to travel far. It's going to be a great game. Those are two high-powered groups, but I think at the end of the day, you're going to have the Rams pull that off with OBJ.
Yeah, and this particular Sunday, we got a lot of players that are out with injury, but we really want to talk about one in particular, and that's Mr. Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's out under COVID protocol, so we welcome the second string guy into the game today.
Mason Rudolph is his name.
Mason Rudolph, that's
so
right.
You can get that together. And he had a fabulous career when he was in college, broke a lot of records. He's going to do his thing today, just like with the Eagles when we didn't think that they were going to show up when they played the Lions. Pittsburgh will be triumphant. And when you say Pittsburgh, Keith, from now on, when you say the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure you put 6-time Super Bowl champions in front of it. That's put some respect on that for me.
Oh no, and that's respectful though. I mean, they run a very, very good professional franchise, man. I mean, I think they are an example of what franchises should be about. I mean, they've only had 3 football coaches, head coaches since 1969, and that's a hell of a stat right there.
And all of them have Super Bowls.
And they all won
Each
Super
coach.
Bowls.
Each coach has a Super Bowl.
But it's been a while since they've been to that big game, man. I love Mike Tomlin, but he has 1 Super Bowl championship. I think he had 1 other game that
we lost 1.
Yeah, that he lost. And,
he won 1, he lost 1. Cowher won 1 and lost 1.
Right.
They've been there.
It's been some years. But it's been some years.
And it was here.
Since they've been here.
And
exactly
ironically,
right.
the last one they won it here. They played the Seattle Seahawks. And Bettis' last game, the Bus's last game, Larry Foote was here. It was a great thing. But, you know, my thing is, when you've won one, it doesn't matter when you win another one because you're going into Canton, which we need to sponsor a trip to Canton. We need to go to the Hall of Fame and see it. But, you know, you got to be there once, bro. So, I mean, when y'all get there and get one,
no, definitely. I mean, I know.
Then y'all can talk. But put some respect on the fact we got 6. So.
Yeah, I know we are, and I say we, and I'm talking Detroit Lions, we are a franchise who have not made it to the Super Bowl. We have not participated in the big game.
That's right.
You know, as of yet. But, you know, again, I'm still a Lions fan. I was born and raised in the city of Detroit.
Oh, big ups.
I'm going to rep my team.
Got love for the city.
Know, regardless of the ineptitude that we've experienced as a franchise. But, you know, I think we're turning the corner, and today will be a day. I think we're going to shock folk and get that first victory via the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I gave you 4 points. I don't know what other mercy and grace you want today. There's nothing else. There's nothing else I can do.
Well, the Lions are coming off of a bye week, so that means they didn't play last week.
Which is the only reason why they didn't lose last week.
That's right. That's the biggest joke in town. Everybody got that same ha-ha moment about the Lions. Oh, they didn't play, So that's why they didn't lose. And that's fine, man. I mean, we got to take it. I mean, we are who we are. You know, they say you are what your records say you are. And currently we are 0-8. And that's what it is. But, again, we got 9 more games remaining, and we started today. And I think we're gonna upset the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road, and you heard it here first.
Now, you know, we were originally going to go to that game.
Yes.
But we're here, and we'll be at Bookies. We'll be at Bookies at 1 o'clock, so we invite friends and relationships out to come hang with us, meet OG Salas, meet Rick, the intern, meet Young Money. That'll be out throughout the day. But, you know, all this talk of upset, I think you're talking about the wrong game. It's not going to happen, bro.
No, we are. We're inviting everybody down to Bookies today. We're going to be there from 1 to 5, watching the game. And, you know, Lion fans, come support. Come support our team. Come support what we're doing. And, again, we're gonna walk away victorious today. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to stay on that all day because I feel that. I feel like this is the day that we can put it all together and be the quality football team.
And Bookies is located on the corner of Cass and Columbia West, so come out and hang out with us. If in doubt, it's the club right across from Bucharest, so you can see it. It's well located, so come out and be with us today.
Yeah, right downtown Detroit. We're going to be there. We're going to be there beginning at 1 o'clock, and we're going to stay there and have a watch party, man, to get people to you know, meet us, meet our team as we put this sports show together, man. Again, we always want to thank Podcastic and Miles Dixon and his team as they continue to give us a platform to talk sports and other things. So,
absolutely, it's going to be a great event. You know, it's no greater month than being born in the month of November. So I'm just glad we got a chance to incorporate the show and a little birthday magic all together. So it's just a great thing. So it's going to be a great day. Come out and be with us.
So the game is in Pittsburgh, and it's a road game for the Lions. So, you know, I know folk are doing their home tailgates and that kind of thing. So let's all band together with our energy and get this win, man. Let's get this win today for the Lions as we move forward. And it's no better day for me to be with a big-time Steelers fan and seeing them being upset today. I think was going to make my Sunday even better.
You know, King, I know you believe in miracles, and I'm going to let you have it, bro. But I'm just telling you, it's not happening. But I will say this. I do think it's going to be a good game. I do know that, you know, I joke about the Lions, but I have love for the city and everything about it. They're going to give you a good run, but I hope we don't have what happened the last time they played. It's on YouTube where a brother beat the bricks off of somebody in Pittsburgh. This was a couple months back during the preseason. There was a brawl in Pittsburgh. So I'm hoping that after my 6-time Super Bowl champions whoop up on our beloved Lions here in the city, that there's no after fights or altercations, because it's going to be a whipping. Let's be very clear. It's going down today. So.
Yeah, no, and Max said that right though. It was during the preseason. We played the Pittsburgh Steelers as well in Pittsburgh, and it went viral, man. A guy got it into it with a couple, and the female in the couple smacked the guy.
Right.
You know, and the guy went to beating up her husband, boyfriend, whoever he was, and
beat the bricks off of. I mean, it was like one of those whippings you get on Dexter or something. It was out of here.
It was, man. Detroit fan too, man. Give it up to him, man, because he threw them hands, man. He threw them hands, bro.
And you know, we talked about that when that happened, and I know there were some people on both sides of 8 Mile that were concerned that, you know, there were going to be some charges pressed, and I know some people that were ready to start up a GoFundMe to get that cat out, because he didn't start it, but he finished it. I mean, it was like, anytime you get a chance, you need to look at it, because it's serious. I mean, he threw bones like, golly.
Yeah, no, definitely. Facebook search "Fight in the Stands" Pittsburgh v. Detroit. I mean, it was amazing to me. I was wow.
He was like a Kronk's alumni.
No.
Downtown Boxing Club, something, because he gave it to him.
I wanted to get the guy signed up for the Lions. I mean, he was that physical.
Yeah,
You know,
no doubt.
we need somebody like that.
Yeah, you do.
But
You're going to need him today for sure.
with that being said, though, we look forward to enjoying the game, man, spending some time together, and we're going to have a few libations, I think, too, right? Right, Mac?
That's, well, you know, the water's on me. 313-855-5737. Come and give us a call. Tell us what you think. Let everybody know that I'm right, King's wrong. 313-855-5737.
I do need the Lions fans to call in, man. Let's talk Lions, man. Let's talk Lions today. So we think, what you think about the new GM, the new coach, and the new direction? I mean, I know we haven't won a game. You know, that's an obvious.
What do I think? But they admit they haven't won, so that kind of starts it off.
Right, that's Captain Obvious right there. But what do you think about the new team, the new GM, the new head coach?
I love the new GM. Let me be very clear. Okay. I think he is dynamic. I think how he orchestrated the Stafford trade was a testament already. You know, I remember Matt Millen doing a horrible job as GM, and I remember the previous.
Don't mention his name no more, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying this one little blurb, historically correct, one little blurb. I think this brother has already proven that he has what it takes to be a GM. Now, let's be clear that I'm saying this. I think that we, as a city, should have picked Eric Bieniemy as the head coach. I think that he is very, very, very talented. And I think that the league is wrong for somebody not hiring him as a head coach. That's who I was hoping that the Lions would pick. I wish this coach well. I love his excitement. He reminds me of the old WWE, NWA. He sounds more like a wrestler than a football coach. Yeah. But he's exciting, you know, and I wish well. I just think that I like the GM part. The jury's still out on this coach, but I like the Deuce Staley. Is on the team. You've got a lot of experienced assistant coaches, those that have been previous head coaches before. So I give you points on that. I just think that Eric Bieniemy should have been picked. I really don't think Cardwell should have been fired. But you know, you're gonna deal with it. But I'm gonna say this: you're going 0-17 this year. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality. So there's only up from here, King. That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm just gonna add that it's difficult to even go 0-17. So I don't think that's gonna happen. But what Mack was talking about with Eric Bieniemy not getting hired, and we still dealing with what it is. I mean, African American head coaches in the NFL. One of the problems that Eric was faced with was you can't interview as long as your team is still involved in the playoffs. And with Kansas City, they go all the way to the Super Bowl. So a lot of the interviews had already happened before Eric could even get interviewed. So that put him behind the 8 ball from that standpoint. But I think things definitely has to change from a general manager, head coach situation. One of the people that brought in more minorities being interviewed for football positions was the Rooneys. I mean, it's the Rooney Rule, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers owner.
Absolutely. Big ups to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
For sure.
6-time Super Bowl champions, for making sure that you're not just players, but there's opportunities in the front office and the head coach.
Yeah, no, we make up 60-70% of the players.
Absolutely.
And then we look back at the head coaches, we're like 15-20%. So I mean, it is a discrepancy with that, and I think more individuals deserve more opportunities. And I was hoping that we get an African American head coach here in the city of Detroit, but I mean, Dan Campbell. The jury is still out on him for me. I like his enthusiasm, but bro, you gotta do more on the field, man. You gotta do more in-game coaching. I know this is his first full-time head coaching job, so you want to give him a little time to develop.
Absolutely. You got to give him some time.
Yeah, we want to give him some time, and I'm not going to throw Dan Campbell under the bus here today.
Absolutely.
But I do want to see us moving in a better direction. And I think one of the tough losses that we had, I guess the Baltimore Ravens loss that we had, that they beat us on the last second field goal.
Didn't the Vikings do that too?
And the Vikings, and it might have been a Vikings game, but one of those two games, Dan Campbell cried in the press conference.
I remember that.
And somebody should have pulled him to the side and told him, Coach, it's no crying in football, bro.
No, not at all.
You
can cry when you put the trophy up like my Pittsburgh Steelers did on 6 different occasions. But you can cry for some.
We know they didn't won a few, man.
A few.
They done lost some and won some. That's good.
But we've been there, though.
Yeah, no, y'all have. Y'all have been there and done that.
Absolutely.
And we just want to get there. So.
Absolutely. But, one thing, too, I always remember, we always talk about the Super Bowl champion. But what you've got to remember is you may have gone to a Super Bowl and lost, but you still won that conference going into the Super Bowl.
Championship, right. That's right.
Big ups to those teams that have done that and might not have necessarily won. Like you alluded to, my team has won 6, but we've lost a few. I remember those heartbreaks. But the reality is that there are levels of progression for a team, and I think the Lions are coming from the basement and working their way up. But I do give the Lions credit for hiring a former player, one that can talk of his own situations as a player to this young team, because it's a young team.
That's right.
And unfortunately, you invested in a D-back a couple years ago from Ohio State who unfortunately has had ongoing health issues. And when your centerpiece is out, it affects some things. And I give you a mulligan for that, but it's got to go in another direction, or you're going to have yet another coaching change. You're going to have another chemistry dynamic kind of situation where things are just gonna have to get realigned or right sized, as they say. But I hope that's not the case. I hope this is the unit that gets it together.
No, and I agree with that. I think it kind of starts today for me. I want to see what we look like coming out of the bye week, and making the changes that we should have made.
We should be healthier.
We're a little bit healthier as well. We got one of our offensive tackles, Taylor Decker, is coming back today, and his first game of the season. It's just time to put it all together, Detroit. It's time for us to at least, show that we're moving in the right direction, because like Mack said, I don't want us to have to go with another coach. I don't want to start over.
Absolutely.
I want us to build kind of where we at, and again, we both agree that the general manager has done a good job thus far with putting this roster together and making some trades. We got some first-round picks coming from that Matthew Stafford trade and some other things. So we should be getting better. Right? But
now let me ask you this, King. I know you went to training camp to see the Lions this year.
Correct.
In what you saw in camp, is it translating to what you're seeing or not seeing now? So are there...
That's a good question, too. I thought the energy...
That's Wilberforce EDU. I mean, we ask good questions.
Right. I thought that the energy at training camp was very high, very good. We were flying around. We were getting back and, getting into our different drills and things. Very, did a very good job with it. I mean, I thought the plan looked good. But then when the season started, things have not materialized to the way that I thought they would.
Okay.
Even though I knew we was in a rebuild without a doubt.
Absolutely.
But it's a couple of those games we should have won. We made some mistakes down the stretch that cost us those games.
But I'm going to remind you, a rebuild and the word decade are antonyms. They're not synonyms. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, I hear you. And we got to take all that because we got to deal with that. I think we made some bad mistakes.
Absolutely.
When I say we, I'm talking about the Ford family. And choosing some people. I mean, choosing some people to run the organization. And as you pick the wrong person to run your organization, it puts you back a decade.
Absolutely.
It puts you back, years. I mean, but I think we might have the right guy. again, I'm gonna stay with Dan Campbell. I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, you gotta give him a shot.
on his side, and because I like what he chose, like you said, with some of the assistant coaches he chose. A lot of African Americans for one.
Absolutely.
For two, all these people have played in the league. So that should be helpful.
Absolutely.
But I need to see more on the field, and again, I'm looking to see that start today. I was going to give out our number, man. It's 313-855-5737. Again, that's 313-855-5737. Give us a call. Talk Lions, talk football, talk basketball, whatever you're thinking about. Or just you want to call and say something positive about the show. We take all those calls, man. This is, again, a great opportunity for us to, talk about sports,
Absolutely.
talk about sports from an African-American perspective, as well. I mean,
we're doing it. I mean, we've been the product for quite some time, so it's good to see African-American presence in other aspects of the game. We're seeing more coaches. We're seeing multiple African American quarterbacks. We're seeing more commentators. Now I love seeing Reggie Bush as he's doing the college game. He's doing a lot of teaching and sharing experiences, which I think is good. So always seeing Tony Dungy from a coach as well as a player's perspective. So it's just a good time. Brothers are getting it in, and we've got female referees now. The world is just really opening up, and talent rises to the top of the cream, and it's just a good time to be a sports fan.
No, definitely. Like you said, we've been participants for a number of years, and now that we behind the scenes and doing some of those type things in the management positions and stuff. I mean, it's good. It's good to see. It's good to see sports evolve, man, to reality. That's what's out here. Man. We know that the powers that be have kept us away from some of these things, and we wanna change that. And it's 2021.
Absolutely.
We want more opportunities for minorities to get involved in sports, and like you said, refereeing, commentating. A lot of people don't understand the dynamics of sports, man. Sports is huge. It ain't just a game.
Right.
It's engineers, it's camera people, directors. I mean, this is all kind of opportunity in sports to get involved in. And I always tell young people, because you meet a lot of them. They say, I want to play in the NFL. I want to play in the NBA. I want to play, But I let them know it's more to it than that, brother.
Absolutely.
Don't put yourself in a pigeonhole position where you think that's the only thing that you can do via sports. You can do a whole lot of stuff, and get involved in sports. So it ain't just the playing of the game. It's a lot to it. So.
Absolutely. I like even now the game of football is international, so they do a game in London. I look forward to seeing that grow. And then there's the CFL, where we've got a lot of African Americans being represented. So it's just great opportunities for players to really get a chance to spread their wings. There was a time when I was growing up where you might have seen one or two African Americans doing a commercial outside of the game, but now every channel you turn, you get an opportunity to see somebody that looks like you. So that's a great feeling to be at a place where, knowing from as far as we've come from, there's even bigger opportunities coming up. As a matter of fact, with this year's Super Bowl coming up, it's going to be phenomenal in that it's a hip-hop driven halftime show. You're talking about Dr. Dre, you're talking about Snoop, you're talking about our own Eminem. You're going to have a different flavor in the halftime show than what we've ever had before, which is going to create another type of synergy, because I firmly believe that hip-hop and sports go hand in hand. So it's going to be exciting to see all of that gel together at this year's Super Bowl with the Rams and the Steelers playing, which is a rematch.
No, definitely, though. I thought that was a great pick, and Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar will join that group as well with the halftime show. And part of it comes from Jay-Z and Rock Nation being partnered with the NFL on entertainment things. So that's how we got that done. And it should be unprecedented. I mean, hip hop Hip hop ain't young, man. Hip hop is
Hip hop is your age.
50 years old, man.
Yeah.
So we need to put it more in mainstream, and you see it though. You see it on commercials, and you see it
Absolutely.
everywhere. But I think for it to go around the world for the Super Bowl halftime, it's going to be phenomenal. And then those artists that you said, I mean, these are phenomenal icon artists, Hall of Fame type artists that we're talking about, be it Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Eminem and Mary J and Kendrick Lamar. So it's gonna be exciting. I'm really looking forward to halftime of the Super Bowl. And a lot of times, that's when I go get my beverages and
Sure.
and food.
And they
during that
want you
time.
to.
Right, but I will stay tuned in and want to see what these intelligent, dynamic people come up with for a halftime show. No doubt about that.
It's going to definitely be one to set the DVR for sure. It's going to be unforgettable.
And again, a lot of people had a problem with Jay-Z coming out and being a part of the NFL and kind of saying, what Colin Kaepernick was doing had passed and we don't need to kneel no more and all that kind of stuff. But and I understood, his position on that.
Sure.
That we do definitely need to do more things than just kneel. We need to make change, and I think
Absolutely.
Being inside of an organization, you got an opportunity to make change, and I kind of see that's working with us right now.
But as a people, we've never looked at any situation from one angle. You look at Booker T. Washington and other entities, there's always been differences of opinion, but it doesn't mean that one is right and one is wrong. It just means that W.E.B. Du Bois, that's who I was thinking of, we always have different ways of going about something, but at least we're at a point now where we can address it and move forward, because there's some that would tell you we had to kneel before we could heal. So it really is a scenario where we're getting a chance to get the exposure, and it's a rough road however you slice it. So it's a great opportunity for us to now be able to be at the forefront, and it takes all of us to be at a place and be at the table where we can make some of our own decisions as opposed to just being on the consumer end or be the end product. So it's just a good time. It's an exciting time for sports. I'm looking forward in some future shows to have people that deal with that marketing aspect of it on the show, and we really get some insight, not just for us, but for those that tune into the show every week.
No, definitely. We want to bring folk on to discuss that. W.E.B. Du Bois was one of our intellectual giants, man. And he had vision. He saw race being a problem. He said the biggest thing facing the 20th century is going to be race, because we haven't dealt with it. We want to try to forget it. You can't forget, history. History is what it is. You got to deal with it. You got to, approach it.
Absolutely.
And then we got folk here who are in denial, about it. I just, read the little article about what was going on at Bloomfield Hills High School, right here in our area, man, in 2021, and they still, defacing the bathroom wall with negative, things toward African Americans and this and that the young people end up walking out of school last Friday, in protest, man, because come on now, you go into what they call a good, high school and a good,
highly regarded,
neighborhood, and you got to deal with that kind of garbage,
right?
So definitely we need to, we need to deal with it as it deals with sports as well as it deals with, just life, man.
Sure.
We got to get past all of that. You cannot have a great America if you still have race problems in this country. You can't.
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk about that and bring some folk on to address that, man. What role that plays in sports and in recruiting and all that thing. We got a guy that's coming on and going to really talk to us about college recruiting and how to get your young person seen. I mean, it's Absolutely. It's a lot of tools that you can use out here now that can get your son or daughter exposed and placed out here for folk to give them opportunity to get higher education. So.
Absolutely. It's going to be an exciting time. We're going to have the diversity and have the kind of platform that you'll get more than what you ever thought you were going to get from the King and Mack Show. We're just proud to be able to bring it to you and look forward to bringing it to you for quite some time.
Definitely. And we're going to talk a little bit about Michigan State.
Oh, yeah.
Football. I mean, they're coming down toward the end of the season. Mm-hmm. I think both teams have 2 games remaining.
Absolutely.
Michigan State won yesterday. They beat Maryland 41-20, I want to say.
That game for a hot second was close.
Yeah, but it was never in doubt, man. Michigan State were the better team. I saw
absolutely.
that early, and they were at home,
Absolutely.
so they were comfortable. So I thought that they would take care of their business, and they did, and that's fine. And they're currently sitting right now at 8-1, tied for first place in the they tied for second place in the East of the Big Ten conference, between Ohio State is the number 1 team. Michigan State follow right behind them. Michigan was a winner yesterday. They went on the road.
Yeah, they did.
Down at Penn State, won 21-17.
That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
I knew it was tough, though. I knew that's a tough place to play, and Penn State is a good program, man.
Absolutely, it is. They've really turned things around at Penn State, and there's a lot of good competition. And we were talking earlier in pre-show how Maryland a couple years ago was horrible, but now they're at a point where they're getting competitive, and the next step to that is to be a contender. And big ups to both coaches from Michigan State and Maryland, because you had 2 African-American head coaches going at it at 2 schools that are not predominantly African-American schools. And like I was telling you, when I first looked at the game, OG Salas and I were watching the game yesterday for a little bit. It reminded me of the Super Bowl between Chicago and Indianapolis, where you had 2 African-American coaches, and what a great feeling it was to be able to see that, because when we were youngsters watching sports, we did not see that. And it's just a great testament to forward progression to be in a position where that was the case now.
No, definitely. I thought both coaches did a great job of preparing their teams, and again, to see African American coaches on the Division I level,
absolutely,
is always a good sight, man. Because we played, we know the game, and we need the opportunity to be head coaches. So, that was great. And then even Penn State coach, African American. Coach as well, went up against Jim Harbaugh in Michigan Wolverines and ended up not winning, but he recruits a lot here in Metro Detroit. We got a lot of players on Penn State team from Cass Tech and other schools in and around this area. So,
one of the chaplains from Penn State is here locally. Minister Keith Hutchinson, or at least he was one of the chaplains for Penn State, so it'd be interesting to get him involved in the show at some point.
Definitely. As we just talked about a little bit about college, we want to bring up, our HBCUs.
Absolutely.
Jackson State won yesterday.
Absolutely.
And they are the winner of the West of their division, of the SWAC.
Great.
And Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, was back on the sideline. He had been dealing with an injury. He was in a gurney. I've never seen a coach a game on a gurney. But
well, his heart's in it. He thinks he can still do it.
Yeah, he was on a gurney. He had a foot injury, and but he was on the sideline yesterday, and his team came back
Absolutely.
And beat Southern University.
Absolutely. The thing I love about Coach Prime is the fact that I think he has called every NFL player he knows to help build that program. There's a YouTube video of Terrell Owens going one-on-one with his D-backs, and I just like how he's not just doing that as a job or resting on his laurels. He's putting every ounce of everything. Like you said, the man was on a gurney to coach, and he's really put his heart into it. And we were talking earlier that he's a candidate for the TCU position, so it's just good to see him giving everything that he can to the Jackson State football program. And I think there's talks of expansions for the athletic department for Jackson State as well. And I know that there are other NFL alums that are starting to coach on HBCU teams. So it's just good to see.
No, definitely. I mean, Dion, Coach Bram, he has brought a lot of resources and revenue to Jackson State. And he uncovered some things as well, though, about the lack of resources that a lot of the HBCU teams are having to deal with over the years. And, so he brought his cachet to bring some of the major marketers and sponsors to the table, Pepsi and others who are down there and helping them rebuild the program as far as facilities, man. I mean, you got to get the facilities up to par.
Absolutely.
If as you go after these top players, in the country, they expecting things. They want to go down and see the same thing that Alabama has. They want to see that at Jackson State. So
absolutely, and he is getting 5-star recruits at Jackson State.
He is. His son was a high recruit. He has down there playing quarterback for him right now. I mean, he's doing a phenomenal job down there. And Eddie George is the former Tennessee Titan, is in Tennessee State as the head coach. So we're getting a lot more NFL players getting involved in HBCUs and getting involved in turning those programs around, because the discrepancy in revenue and resources, that gap needs to be closed, and it's going to take people with cachet to get that done.
Absolutely, and I look forward to the opportunity for us doing some live remote work regarding these classics bowl games on the college level. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get on the road with Mack and go to some of these places. And if you ever get a chance to go to a homecoming of a HBCU and see a football game, please do.
It's nothing like it.
It's an experience that you would never forget. I mean, we know we got culture. We know we got talent and energy, and they bring it all to the table at those homecoming games.
Absolutely. They bring everything.
So again, so we're getting ready to head to Bookies today. We want to invite people down to Bookies in downtown Detroit. If you're in this area, come by, meet us, greet us, and we might just get you a cocktail depending on who you are.
Like I said, the water's on me, so it's all good.
Plenty of water, and those things are down there. What do you think about the game there? I know you Steelers, but absolutely. I mean, how do you see this game playing out today?
I think it's going to be interesting because they're definitely going to change the packages because Big Ben's not playing. We know that. We know it's going to be heavy running game. I think that when you have a second-string quarterback starting, you see more second-string players playing because those are the packages that he works in. So I think you're going to see players getting more time than what they used to get because those are the ones he's comfortable throwing to. So it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to go all the way to the fourth. But, I mean, it goes without saying that my 6-time Super Bowl champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers, is going to come through with it. But it's going to be a good game. It's going to be competitive. One thing I will always give the Lions credit for, you can count on them having energy throughout the game. Now, sometimes they show more energy than in other times, but they give you a game. I don't think anybody sleeps on the fact of playing the Lions despite their record. I think they know that when they get on the field, they're going to have to bring it. So I think it's going to be a great game. It's going to be exciting. But at the end of the day, I gave you 4 points. And be mindful, I gave you 4 points because you're my brother from another mother, but you know how we're going to do this.
No, we respect that, man. We are going on the road, and we are playing, like you say, the 6-time Super Bowl champs and this, that, and the other. So, I mean, we deserve a little help, man.
But anything's possible because, Miami took out Baltimore, and I kind of felt that. I don't know why, but I did. So, it's possible. It's just not going to happen.
Do you got a score that you thinking? You thinking? I know you said close game.
Yeah, close.
20-something to what? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess. I'm going to say 28-24.
28-24?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that puts us right at a tie.
Yeah.
But
I'm being nice.
yeah, no, and that's great. But I do see a very close game, hard-fought game. I think you can get a lot of energy out of the Lions. I mean, it's no more motivation than not have won a game. I mean, that's the biggest motivation that you can get. Man, your family start looking at you funny and you ain't won no games, man. You can't even go home after practice, man. Your kids and your wife are asking, what's going on? So I think these guys will come out very motivated.
Absolutely.
Very fired up.
Absolutely.
And they're gonna play a close game, and I think we can win it by a field goal, man. At the end, 2017, I think it's gonna be the score today. Remember that.
It's really going to be a defensive battle. We're known for our defense. The Lions defense has been known to have some great plays. So I really think it's going to be more of a defensive battle than an offensive. But I think at the end of the day, like I said, 6-time Super Bowl champions will show why they've done it 6 times, and we'll do it a 7th.
Wow. And you saying this year too, though? You ain't saying
no.
The Steelers will win.
We're going to Sophie. It's Pittsburgh and the Rams.
Wow.
Know that. It's the rematch. I keep trying to tell you. Terry Bradshaw, Vince Ferragamo was the first one, and it's going to be Matt Stafford and Big Ben. Big Ben wins. Big Ben gets the MVP, and hopefully he retires after that.
Hey, we will be on the air that day, man.
Yes, sir. We'll be at Del Mar.
Yeah, we're going to preview the Super Bowl, and we're gonna do that whole piece. But oh my goodness, man, I just can't see it, man. And I'm not trying to be funny.
That's the beauty of it that you don't. My job is to see it. You got the glasses on, but I can see it. It's gonna happen.
And I know how fans are. They are short for fanatics, and they really believe in their teams, regardless. And I get it. I do. I mean, I understand it. But I think that's a big reach, man. I told you that before the season started. That
I wear a size 14. It's a big shoe, brother.
You were the only guy.
That's right.
In the country that thought that was going to happen that way.
Can you imagine how many more fans will be on our show when it comes out that I was the only person that did it?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Do you understand how famous I'm about to make you? I just want full Miles. You got to understand. I told this guy it's going to be big. I hope he's ready. I did it. I'm gonna make you famous.
And that's okay.
Outside of looking like Tyler Perry,
I can't say nothing about that at all. And that Tyler Perry reference, I hear that
all the time.
And that's good.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I could think of uglier people that you remind me of, but it's okay.
I can live with Tyler Perry, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm gonna tell you this: you will never see me in a dress. I can promise you that.
I got you.
I've never ever put on a dress for any amount of money. So
I got you.
But I do respect brother, and I know what he's doing in the industry. He's kind of flipped it. You know, he's taken it and got his own studio, own set.
Absolutely, a former military base.
Oh yeah, he's doing his thing down in the ATL, man.
Absolutely.
We applaud that.
Too bad the Falcons aren't gonna do their thing today. They're gonna get beat up pretty good.
Yeah, they come into Detroit too. I think we got a game with the Falcons. That's one of the games that we
they're gonna take care of y'all. I'm talking about they play the Cowboys today. Cowboys gonna give it to them today.
Cowboys gonna give it to them.
Dax is gonna put it in the air, baby.
Yeah, no, that's a good game. That is one of the games on the slate today.
Absolutely.
The Atlanta Falcons v. Dallas Cowboys. So
absolutely.
We'll see how that goes. Dallas coming off a loss, and the Falcons coming off a win.
Yeah.
You know, one thing about the NFL, man, one thing about pro football in general is that saying of any given Sunday.
Absolutely. One of the best movies ever. If you want to see a good football film, any given Sunday, as well as Draft Day, two great football movies that they'll make you a fan. And I've got to say that because Draft Day is about the Cleveland Browns, and I've never will be a Browns fan, but that movie will make you a Browns fan.
No, it was a Kevin Costner film. I mean, it did a lot of background of the NFL and how draft draft day is and picking players. I mean, it's,
wouldn't you just love to be in the room to see that? Just all the dynamics that go into that. One day it'll happen. One day it'll happen.
It's very interesting, and we're talking about them bringing the draft to Detroit,
and they should.
They take it to a lot of other cities around the country.
Absolutely.
And Detroit, we're up for a bid to get the NFL draft here.
Anything we can do to help make that happen, I'm committed to do it. We need to do it. If we can do the Super Bowl, we can definitely do the draft event.
Oh yeah.
I was at the one in Chicago. It was phenomenal. Couple years back.
Oh yeah, no, and it's big. I mean, I saw the one in Philly a few years back that was phenomenal. I mean, he's bringing hundreds of thousands of people down,
absolutely,
to a area in the city to enjoy the draft. I mean, the draft is
it's exciting,
and we one of the things about Detroit, man, that's been our Super Bowl. They call that our Super Bowl draft day. Since we haven't been to the Super Bowl, but it's a chance to get new players on your team and to do that. So we definitely want to be a part of that push to bring the NFL draft to the city of Detroit, right downtown Detroit.
A couple years ago, I think, when I had an opportunity to participate in it in Chicago as a fan, it was so nice the next day to see the players at the airport. I met not only Bud Dupree, who got picked by my 6-time Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers, I got the chance to meet his family that was with him, and it was just a phenomenal experience. And I would love to see that experience happen for young people, to be able to see these players as they start their careers. That would be great.
No, it is. It's a life changer, man. A lot of people equate it to hitting the lottery, and so I understand it. I understand it very well, because you do have a lottery ticket in your pocket as a first-round draft choice to the NFL. I mean, you're guaranteed millions of dollars.
Absolutely.
To change your life, change your family's life. So.
Or you're a bust, which is kind of interesting to see, too.
That's the other end of the spectrum as well. Because, I mean, you do get guaranteed money regardless.
Yeah, you do. We've seen a couple.
But if you don't perform, one thing about the NFL, they call it not for long. Because
Absolutely.
It's just how it's made up, man. It's about productivity. It's about being on the field, making things happen. So, and like I said, we had a chance to coach some young people, man. I've been coaching for the last 6-7 years, high school football, man.
Absolutely.
And I talk to these guys about the whole processes, man, and what you need to do to get yourself together, because everybody wants to go to the NFL.
Absolutely. How could you not?
And everybody can go to the NFL. So.
And I've been coaching on PlayStation for years.
Years, yeah. You got that down pat.
Absolutely. Sure. I've been an owner. I've been a coach.
Some of us do, and some of us watch. So that's how that works.
But you know what? I can't even win the Super Bowl with the Lions on PlayStation. I'm just saying.
That's sad, but I can believe it. I can believe it. I've never played PlayStation at all.
That's wrong. But, you have never played PlayStation in your life?
Ever.
Stop it.
Never picked up.
We're gonna fix it, bro. We're gonna get you together.
I just can't see how guys do it. But
I'm gonna get you together. We're gonna get you together, brother.
Hey, I got friends, man, who swear by it, who live by it.
Yeah. We're gonna make it happen.
But we're coming to the end of this podcast, our second show. Again, we wanted to talk a little bit about pro football.
Absolutely.
And talk about Lions, talk about Steelers.
Absolutely.
We're going to be at Bookies today at 1 o'clock. If you got opportunities, come down, man. Come down and meet us. Shake our hands. Tell us we're good. Tell us we're bad. Tell us we need to do this, that, and the other.
Absolutely.
And, you might get a T-shirt for trouble.
You might have to call Rick the intern to make it happen.
All right. So any last words before we get up out of here, Mac?
Victory, 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 Pittsburgh Steelers. A good old-fashioned booty whooping coming today. I can't wait to have this happen, because the one thing about it is when we win, you'll see it, and I was right there next to you.
Lastly, all I want to say is go Lions.
Have a great week, folks. We'll see you next week at 11 o'clock. The King and Mack Show.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
It's the king and the Mack, picking the players, reloaded and checking the stats. Straight from the D, straight from the tracks. Sports, we into all that. Talking teams like barbershop way back in the day, yeah. Updates every morning, yeah, we catching them plays. Die hard, been doing this so long, don't even try hard.
Yes, sir.
Sports City, you know we gotta talk about it. If you disagree, then we talk about it.
Let's talk.
See, career, trash, it's over for him.
He done,
Ay.
he done.
And one more loss in the series, they gon' overperform. It's the king and the Mack,
King and the Mack.
picking the players, reloading and checking the stats. We checking the D, yeah, straight from the track.
Let's go.
Sports, we into all that.
Yes, sir.
Talking teams like barbershops way back in the day. Updates every morning,